Hello and welcome to the Business Whisperer podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Adila Rafiz, the Global Business Whisperer. If you are wondering how to create a life in business that is intuitive, authentic, and successful, that is exactly what we are here to help you do each and every week, where we bring you episodes, interviews, tools, tips, everything that you are looking for to help you realize that the most important ingredient in your business is you, and listening to the whispers of your intuition, your gut instinct. It has helped me create a business beyond my wildest dreams, and I'm here to now help you do the same. So if you are ready to download some of this business whispering magic into your life and business, stay tuned because you're in the right place. Hello and welcome. We have a brand new episode of the Business Whisperer podcast. I'm Dr. Adila Rafiz, and today we're talking about quantum healing. And quantum healing also can be called quantum creating. We're talking about how to create your life, how to receive results, how to step into that creator mode and do it at a speed and a frequency that feels easy, that's fast, that creates result. This is what we call creating in the quantum space. And I've been doing a lot of work on this recently. We had an amazing class a few weeks ago called the Quantum Healing class. It was a body whispering focus class. And we have a class coming up with a focus on quantum energy. The next body whispering class is really bringing in and teaching the concepts of quantum energy and quantum physics and how it interacts and is a part of body whispering. So this has always been the case. But what's happened is it's come to the forefront, our understanding and therefore our engagement with and our development of creating our life as energetic beings is becoming greater and greater because of the shift that we have gone through and now embody as body whisperers. And body whispering energy is an energy that I'm so grateful it's never stagnant. It has always grown and will continue to grow and evolve and expand in what it is, what it involves. And it's really exciting to find out the reading that I do, the research that I do, the other things that I participate in. It's really amazing for me to get the cognitive information, the scientific information, the practical understanding of what we have always and already been doing and experiencing in body whispering. One of the things that we've seen is like rapid results. We've seen that when we do these body whispering sessions, we get results faster. And things that used to take people multiple sessions or months to change, they're changing in the duration of one session. They're getting up from that session and their life is different afterwards. And they're, more importantly, perhaps for some of you, they're sustaining those results. So why is this happening? What is quantum energy? What is quantum healing? And why have we seen this change in results? So when we are ready, the information appears, right? And when we as a collective are able to receive, so we are so powerful in our minds. We must remember that we are beings that have three elements to us: the mind, body, and energy, or soul, spirit, however you like to think of it. And all three of those components play a part in creating our reality here on earth, our experience of being here in a body. So our mind is extremely powerful. We can either use it against us or we can use it for us. This you guys already know. But what we must remember daily, I think, is just how powerful the mind is, and ask ourselves that question. Are we using the power of our mind, the power of conditioning, the power of our subconscious beliefs that create the results and therefore the experience of our reality day to day? Are we using it against us or for us? Are we actively tuned into creating and using the power to create the life we want? Or are we letting the power of the subconscious mind, of that preconditioned learning, of that need for safety, of the fears and doubts from the past to continue to override our desires and continue to keep us safe. But safe also means stagnant in this capacity. I'm not against safety. I'm a huge advocate of emotional safety, energetic safety, and physical safety. In fact, I think it's a necessity to have that growth. We must feel safe in having the embodiment of the things that we wish to experience. But when we allow our subconscious mind, whose role is to create us safe by keeping us based in our past, by using the learnings from our past to avoid potential threats, then we are actually doing ourselves a disservice. And the mind is so powerful, what it can do is override all of the energetic work that you've been doing. If you are not using the three components of mind, body, and energy together to create cohesive results in your life, you're actually going to find that it's possible for those things to work in a disharmonious way, at odds with each other. So you might be spending hours and hours doing classes, doing clearings, doing energetic work, receiving healing sessions, sitting in meditation. And when you sit up, when you open your eyes, when you go about your day, because you haven't done any work on including and incorporating this energetic shift or change into your physical self, into your physical body, into your physiology, and believing and understanding and integrating with your mind is going to continue to override that work when you open your eyes again. Your body is going to still have a physiological response, a fight or flight response, put you into an adrenalized state when you feel unsafe again. And therefore, all of that energetic work or clearing work isn't creating results either as fast as you would like or at all. And the reason I'm talking about speed is because I think speed is important, because healing can feel so slow. I myself, I've been in this industry for over a decade. I've done work with people who have created phenomenal shift and phenomenal change in their life. And it's one of the most inspiring and empowering things that I get to do and witness in my role and in my capacity as a healer and facilitator. And yet, even I have felt, gosh, this is slow. This takes a long time, when people have taken years to overcome trauma, decades to change or overcome, diagnoses that are chronic illness, or overcome the effects of abuse, trauma, chronic conditioning in their life. I'm not saying that's wrong. What I am saying is, I've been curious, especially the last few years, if there's a faster way and if there is a better way. And body whispering has been showing us this quantum healing energy has been showing us, yes, it is possible. Yes, it is available. In fact, yes, here it is. And we've been experiencing this. And the reason we're buying into it, I'm going to use that word, the reason we're buying into it, the reason we're believing it, the reason I'm now speaking about it, teaching about it, sharing this information on a podcast, is because I haven't had to talk myself, I haven't had to talk anyone else into believing this. It's because the experience has come first and the cognitive information and understanding has come second. So what I mean by that is, the last few body whispering classes, over the last year, the body whispering sessions that the facilitators, not just myself, but we have body whispering facilitators around the world that are certified through the Life Whispering Institute. They are doing classes and sessions, and they are reporting back about the speed and ease in which their results in classes are creating results. And so after they have reported back and I have experienced it and we're coming back, I'm now trying to get the cognitive and scientific understanding and information as to why that is and what is happening. And it is now really exciting for us to bring this quantum angle to body whispering and to bring these two worlds together, where it's not just science, it's not just energy, it's not just physical, it's not just energetic, it's not just about behavioral choices to override past conditioning, but it's also able to tap into the energy, the frequency, and to work in the quantum field to make results so fast and so easy it's tempting to say it's unbelievable. Now, I want to, of course, remind everyone there is always choice involved in this. So it requires the active choice and the participation of that person to feel ready and to be willing to receive these results at this speed and at this level. But it is happening. And what is happening and what we are seeing is that people are able to receive the results in any area of their life in a much easier way. So there is less fight in their world. There is less lack of safety created in their body. Why is that happening? With body whispering energy, when you're in a session, safety is created. It is established within the energy of that session. So we're not taking you to a place energetically that feels unsafe physically or physiologically. That the reality or the healing that is facilitated or you experience during that session is happening across all three levels of mind, body, energy. And in fact, it includes, and if I was to go a little bit quantum here and scientific here, if you believe and understand in the concept of time, or actually the lack of concept of time, and if you understand and believe how all time exists in every moment, we have the ability to tap into the future that you desire and where that potential exists for that healed future or that wealthy future or that loved up future, whatever it is that you desire that you don't currently have. And also in that same moment, the point of origin, the belief, the experience, the thing that happened to you or that you inherited or the conditioning that you experienced that made you believe that thing was not possible and you therefore currently do not hold in your reality. And we bring it together in the present time and space, and we work with the body whispering energy, which is source energy. It's connected to source energy. It brings you back into your creator state. It connects you to source and to healing and to the energy of the very true nature of yourself as unlimited, abundant, healed, ever present, ever knowing. And it facilitates you to that state in that moment. So you overcome the limitations of the past and you're able to receive from the possibility of the future. So it brings together. I have done so many techniques over my 12 years of being in this industry, techniques that I still rave about and think are amazing, and have also given me a wonderful understanding of how the body and mind work and how they work together. So the things that I see that we would do piece by piece in a kinesiology session or a neuro-emotional technique session, or when we are reorganizing or helping the nervous system to come into a state of homeostasis and to help you thrive. When we have done years of meditation work and energy classes and healing work and workshops and personal development, what is happening in that moment is all of those things that we would normally need to do piece by piece and one by one and work on one individual thought or belief or trauma or experience. It is being brought together and it is being facilitated and cleared at once. And it's beyond what the cognitive mind can understand. I absolutely believe that. I do not claim to even begin to understand how this miraculous thing is happening all at once at every level of molecule, cell, DNA, and energy. But I do know and I do believe that it is happening. And as I put the science together with the experience, I'm starting to get a clearer and clearer picture of what is happening and how it is happening, and the fact that it is happening in these body whispering sessions and classes. And so when you can overcome the past and you can receive that possibility of the future in that one session, and you also receive the clearing and healing of whatever else is required that is beyond our cognitive mind again. The body is an extremely intelligent, an extremely aware, and extremely conscious entity. Okay? Our bodies are aware and conscious. Our beings are aware and conscious, and our energy is connected to the universal consciousness and wisdom that is available at all times. So in that moment, anything is possible and everything is possible. The healing that you require, the money that you require, the relationship, the friendship, overcoming the trauma, the conditioning of the limitations in your life that you have lived with until now. In that moment, in fact, it's easy, if I dare say so, it's easy to overcome those things and experience the life that you would like to. And that's what's happening in the sessions. Now, that's only half the struggle. And I know all of you, if you're already thinking ahead, you're thinking, that's great. I've had lots of sessions, lots of experiences, lots of meditations where I experienced that in the moment. But then I open my eyes, or I finish that class, or I end that healing session, and I go back to my life, and my reality remains largely unchanged. I'm still behaving in the same ways. I'm still experiencing the same limitations. So what's different now? So what's different now is the understanding. So we must incorporate and include the mind and the body when we receive energetic change and healing and clearing. And so with body whispering, with my years of experience, with all the modalities that I have taught as well as learnt and now teach as my own modality, body whispering, all of that information is included. It's also part of the verbal facilitation and the cognitive part of the session or the class, especially in the 2-day class. There's a lot of discussion and helping you cognitively understand what is happening and energetically. When you have cognitive understanding of something, when it goes from being the unknown to the known, it goes from being unsafe to safe. It goes from being uncomfortable to comfortable. It goes from being unrecognizable or unproducible to reproducible. Because it goes from something being out there in the field that is an unknown to something that is a common. And therefore, if you think about the things that you do every day, they are normal to you. You expect to experience them, even if they are a miracle. You see the sunrise every day. It's one of nature's most amazing miracles, but you expect it now. And therefore, it's a safe thing for you to experience every day. You're used to making a certain amount of money in your life or in your business, and so it's normal for you to receive that amount. If the next day you woke up and you received an extra $10 or $20 million, it might put you into shock because you have no understanding and therefore no safety around receiving and integrating that large amount of money. You're used to your relationships feeling a particular way, having a certain vibration, having your interactions play out in a particular way. So as much as you may say you want your relationship to feel different and to be loving or to be whatever it is that you wish it to be, if tomorrow or immediately your partner started acting that way, you would actually be suspicious. You'd actually think, what's happened? Why have they changed? Why are they acting this way? Why are they suddenly saying these things? Something must be wrong. Something must be up. They must be dying, or they must be cheating, or something must be wrong. Because we haven't established safety around that change. So one of the things that creates safety is cognitive understanding. And then lastly, very importantly, physiological integration. It must feel safe for your body to physically experience that thing. Again, if I take you and put you in that environment that you really, really desire, if you physiologically cannot integrate it, if you don't feel safe, you will actually reject it. You will be living that life that you really desired, and you will reject it because you cannot integrate it because it does not feel safe. Therefore, you cannot have ownership of that experience. And so in a body whispering session, and especially in a body whispering class, we have the time and the space to create that safety, that understanding and integration at all 3 levels of mind, body, and energy. And we are working in the quantum field. We are working with all of the possibilities that are available to us in the quantum universe. But we are also bringing in that piece of embodiment, that ability for you to have that experience when your eyes are open, not just when your eyes are closed during that session or during that class. And so it is a very special experience. It's a humongous leap forward for us to have this understanding and ability to explain and now teach this to our clients, to our class participants, to have our facilitators and certified practitioners functioning at this level where they are practicing this and facilitating this in their group sessions and in their classes. I hope that this conversation has helped you understand and perhaps integrate the pieces of why things were still feeling piecemeal in your own healing journey, or why things were taking so long. If you have for years paid particular emphasis or put particular emphasis on only healing or clearing one particular area. For example, if the trauma you experienced was physical, if your manifestation of the symptom you have is physical, you might have put all of your time and attention, or the majority of it, on healing physically, instead of also including and integrating physiologically and energetically. Or you might have paid years of money, time, energy, attention into changing something energetically and doing all of the energetic work. But you haven't taken that embodiment piece, you haven't integrated at a physical level or at a cognitive level. Or maybe you've been working really hard and you've been trying to change your mindset. You've been trying to change your belief system, and you've been trying to do that alone. You've been trying to do that without doing any energetic work or healing, and you haven't been integrating or including your physical body and physiology. And so it feels so hard to change your mindset, your mind about things, because you're trying to change your reality from a very physical place that includes force. So you've spent months or years doing affirmations and journaling and thinking and visualizing, but you're still not getting lasting results. I invite you to this quantum space, to this quantum healing, to the future of healing, which I believe body whispering is absolutely a part of and pioneering in. And I invite you to join our classes, we have multiple things coming up that I'm really excited about. One is a free 3-day body whispering challenge, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of September. You can register. You can have 3 live exercises with me on Facebook to connect you to the body whispering energy and to experience some of this healing. On the 3rd of September is the Global Body Whispering Experience Day. We're actually really excited about celebrating 10 years of body whispering existing in the world. It has grown to this point 100% organically, through word of mouth, through me traveling to new countries, meeting new people, teaching classes, and having people come to this modality of their own accord without any major investment in ads or advertising or social media or going external to my own organization or brand. No major collaborations. It has just grown around the world organically. And we celebrate 10 years of that, and we want to spread the word even more. So we have this Global Experience Day where you can join a live Zoom with me. I'll be doing a mini class. I'll be doing a body whispering taster session. You can also ask questions. You can ask about your own life, your own business, your health, your body, whatever it is that you're curious about. This is a day for you to experience body whispering no matter where you are in the world, and it will be translated into a few languages, so reach out if you would like to join that. And finally, we have the body whispering class, the full 2-day signature class with the quantum healing energy, coming up on the 9th and 10th of September. I'm facilitating that class. I'm extremely excited. It is also the final class of 2023, the body whispering class that I will be facilitating. There are no prerequisites to this class. So if you've just learned about this modality, if you're finding out more, if this is really speaking to you energetically or cognitively and you'd like to join in, there's nothing holding you back. So you can join in no matter what your previous experience or background is. And then in October, we are taking our more experienced body whisperers. Once you've done 2 body whispering classes, you can become a certified practitioner. So we have an advanced class where we go into more advanced understanding and working with trauma, abuse, healing, more of those wounds that seem to take longer in this reality to shift and change. We're giving our practitioners the cognitive information, the background, as well as the facilitation tools and the energetic upgrades to be able to facilitate healing in those instances, in group settings as well as one-on-one. And if you would like to join the certified practitioner training, that is happening 5th to the 8th of October, and you do need to have done at least 2 body whispering classes before you get there. I would love to answer your questions about body whispering. I'd love to answer your questions about healing. So if this podcast episode has triggered any of those questions, please type a comment below or send me an email and I will get back to you, or I'll do another episode answering your questions. If you've enjoyed this episode, do me a favor and do share it with someone you care about. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. And that wraps up another episode of the Business Whisperer podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Your support means the world to me. Now, as always, if you found value in today's episode, do me a favor and share it with someone who you know would love this information, or leave us a review so you can help other people find this podcast too. Wishing you so much success ahead, and as always, remember, keep following the whispers.